Hello and welcome to another one on the northeast coast, the Norfolk coast. I'm following Ellen Bonus's book, the Long Valley guidebooks, just as a bit of a technical thing really. Just we're on a holiday for a week, we're down in this area and I was going to use it as a bit of a guide to help me around and try and find photographic opportunities. Behind me, and the behind me just there used to be a pillbox. Now I'm going to put the picture up that's in the book and I'll try and find the author's name and put it up for you, but there used to be a pillbox there and it's still there, and I've come to shoot that tomorrow morning. I've actually come out of a recce. I've got my camera and my tripod just as a bit of an idea of a recce of what's going on. There are a load of wind turbines out at sea now. You can see them sort of off in the distance. There's loads and loads of wind turbines, which is obviously going to be in the back of the picture, but I could have painted them out maybe. I want to come back here on a sunrise because this is where the sunrise is going to be. You can just see Mrs. C there as well. She's out with us obviously. But my pillbox is buried up to the top, so it looks nothing like that photograph. And we have only got a 5 meter tide tomorrow, or 4.9 meter tide, which is a really, really low tide. So it's not even going to get that high. I mean, today the tide's been about 10 foot short of it, so it's covered in footprints, it's covered in all sorts. I'm not even going to get any wash around it, so I'm not quite sure what to do in the morning now. And I've been doing lots of planning for this one. This one was really important. There's a local pub here that lets you park in their car park overnight if you have a meal. Unfortunately we couldn't get in tonight, but they did have a cancellation for tomorrow and I was going to stop tomorrow night, but then that ruins my plans for travelling around the rest of the country. So for me, for planning, and I don't do a lot of planning, this was a big plan. I'd found a car park that I can park in 200 yards away from that thing in the morning, not tonight. We've got a nice lay-by tonight, but I can get back there at 4 o'clock in the morning or 3 o'clock in the morning or 5 o'clock in the morning, whatever time I need to get there to walk down. Which, to be honest, I can get there at 5:30 because sunrise is at 6. So I could have got there and got to the pillbox. I'm still going to try on a high tide tomorrow, sort of, I think it's 10:30, something like that. But I've got a second plan. The second plan is, and it was also part of the first plan, the second plan was the groins. Now I'm going to stop talking now because I'm already several minutes into the video and all I've done is tell you what I think I was going to do and can't. So I'm going to take you down to these groins, I'm going to have a look at them and see if it's going to work for that in the morning. I've got to get something for the morning. I put a lot into this one and I can't fail. I'll show you what we've got to look forward to, and then yeah, the plan is the video tomorrow morning. This is just a lead in. I do hope these groins are okay. Right, so you know I said I was going to do the groins then instead. There ain't any groins. So I've got Google Maps on at the moment. I'm showing you roughly where I am. Alright, I'm going to put this up on the side of the screen for you. So I've got Google Maps on. I am actually at the moment stood in the sea, as you can see there. There should be a groin to my right hand side. Now all you can see is that marker post there, so I'm assuming the groins are underneath that. But if I go back up the beach a little bit to where we were, there's another groin there, there's another groin there, there's another groin there, and then you get back to that pillbox and you can see by the sign where it says sort of Sealand Island that the pillbox is right there in the middle of the screen. And that's what it used to look like, and that's what it doesn't look like anymore. So not only have I not got that groin, I haven't got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I haven't got any of them. The lifeboat station is behind me, which is there. So that's the lifeboat station, which you can see here. So that's not going to work. So yeah, all my plans have gone right up the spout. So. Let me just stop that recording. I'm going to pull another plan. Today we got up on a really nice beach and we parked literally on the side of the sea. So we spent the night with the sea and the sound of the sea. We woke up, we had bacon by the sound of the sea. I actually went in the sea, yeah, I know, up to me knees, I went up to the sea. I think we're going to travel back up there. It's about another 10 miles, but I think we'll go back there if we can get a parking space. Hopefully the wife's behind you nodding. Yes? Yeah, she's nodding. Let's go back there. There are some groins that looked really good today and I think it'll make a nice shot. Yeah, these plans poo-pooed. Can't be doing these. So yeah, I'll see you in the morning back at the other location. Fingers crossed we'll get some light to make up for it. So yeah, sorry guys, first part of the plans rubbish. See you in the morning. I think I found my groin. A little tiny stump. Oh, I hate it when plans go like this. Oh well, definitely see you in the morning now. Morning. Oh, I'm only parked there. You see the van? I'm just parked it there. Absolutely stunning place, stunning site, stunning little location. Now the tide is a little lower. I did promise I'd see you in the morning tonight, and I've got a little touch of colour. I'm not going to trade pull on the fresh sand because the tide's gone out. So yeah, excuse me for my voice. I've literally woken up, drunk some pineapple juice, and now I'm out on the beach. How crazy is that? But we have got some colour in the sky, and the sky looks absolutely stunning, to be honest. It's really, really, really nice. The tide's quite a long way out, so there's not a lot of water around the groins. I'm not going to water far. The sky behind me is really moody, really dark, so we are in for some rain later on. I've got me waterproof just in case, but let's see if I can salvage this drastic start to the video. The first groin behind you, the first groin has not got a lot of water on it, as you can see there. So I'm gonna have to go down to the second groin and say my van's just there. So, and the sky, like I say, the sky behind is looking pretty black as well. So we're gonna make our way down to the next groin, I think. And the tide's on its way in, so I've got half an hour for the sun to come up. This is when I should have been out already anyway, because the golden hour is just looking beautiful over there. But yeah, we might be able to salvage something out of this video. Okay, starter for 10. I've got the camera set up. I'm about to go down to the third groin along from the van. I wouldn't mind getting down to the fourth one, but what I don't want to do is lose this little bit of colour. So I'm just trying to salvage something the best I can. Yeah, I'm going to go down to the next one, and I'm just watching the tide. I think the tide's possibly on the turn and coming back in. All I'm doing at the moment, I'm on F11 ISO 160. I might go down to F8 actually, give me a bit more speed. It says SS2, whatever SS2 means. It's 0.2 of a second, is it, something like that? And I'm just sort of trying to get a sort of composition where the lines of the water going back out is giving me some more lines back that direction. I've got the breakwater. I've had to come to the side of it because I want to be able to see through the gaps in the boards. And I've got some patterns in the sand in front of me as well, right in the bottom right hand corner of the image. So there are some patterns in the sand, and I'm hoping that's going to just give you a little more of a lead as well. I just want to wait for the water. I've taken my timer off. I haven't got a remote, which is really, really bad. I keep getting told about it in the comments that I haven't got my remote. But there's a ship out there as well, and I do like the fact the ship is out on the horizon. And yeah, I'm going to take a picture with the ship just where it is now, because it's just been in front of the little tiny orange part, but the clouds are drifting over that colour, and it's just starting to deflate the colour a little bit. But there is colour in the sky, albeit very, very small. So I'm going to wait here a few more moments, because I will go down to the next marker, because the marker's got a tall can on the top. So let's see what I can get here, and then I'll catch up with you probably down at the next one. Oh, excuse me, running along the beach at this time of the morning is not ideal. I'm down to the next breakwater now. I'm getting a bit of reflection, which is nice on the wet sand. And again, I've got my f-stop now is on F10, which is giving me that same 0.2. And that's a nice bit of movement. That's just enough, it's just slow enough to get a bit of movement in that whitewash. There's a nice one, there's a nice one, it's quite high. Click, 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 click. Several shots, all as the water's receding. This one's got the can on it. Like I said, I called it a can, didn't I? But it's a can on the top. They're marker points to show you where these groins are and where I think probably the danger points are for the drop off of the shelf. I actually went in the water, as I think I mentioned before, and I only went up to my knees and it started to drop off, so I got a little bit chicken and decided to change my mind and just sort of bend down in the water in the end. So yeah, this is quite nice. Like I said, there's a tiny little bit of colour left in the sky now, but the sun's not up yet. Where are we? 5:43, so the sun is due up in the next 10 minutes. I think it's 5:52. So maybe when the sun breaks at horizon or pokes through, it might just light up a little bit more of these clouds. It might just do something. Yeah, maybe not. So I'm going to take a couple here and I'm going to do what I normally do, and I'm going to run down to the next one because the next one's got some single markers on it. So I've got three different shots of the morning. There's a bit more water. Let's get a bit of water, receding water going out. Seeing if I can just get a little bit of wash leading away. Not a lot in the foreground. I could do with a nice big chunk of seaweed or something to throw in it. Oh, I do hope that cloud behind me doesn't catch up. But this is what we're looking at. I'll show you what we're doing. That's my next one. You can see I've got a can on the top there, a marker point, which just helps bring it up to the sky. It's right over on the right hand side of the image, and I'm just waiting and watching this wash here. If I can get a wash that comes up further this way and just floats back down, there's quite a big one. See if it will come up any higher than this sort of point here, and it just gives me that movement going back out. Oh, I'm happy now, I'm happy now. The final one is the one that works. There is light in the sky, look at this. The groins are all open. The groins are all open, you can see everything. Let's see if I can get you in a position where you can actually see what's going on in front of me. And I'm just going to keep snapping shots now because I've got this last ditch bit of colour. Look at it out there in the background. Can you see that? That is colour. There is a little glimpse of light. And it is a little glimpse of light over there in the background, which is just giving me enough light. And you can see my groins are all nice and open there. That's what I want. That's the one little bit I want. All I want now is a little bit of something. Oh, my battery's gone red. No way is my battery gone red. I've got to change my battery. I'll be back. Right, so on my last kind of ditch attempt, I've left my bag up behind me now. You can probably see it on the beach behind me, so I'm just have to keep an eye I don't walk off from it and the tide come in and grab it. On my last ditch attempt to sort of salvage a really nice shot, I've gone for a bracket. This has given me two reasons for bracketing this. Number one is I can get the first shot with a bit of movement in the water as it goes out. The second shot's quite bright, so I'm getting a longer exposure on the water, which I might be able to play with and make something different with. And the darkest one is just making sure I keep that little bright spot, that hot spot in the back there where the sun's just coming up. And the sun's due any moment now, within the next minute. That's a big wave, that's coming up quite high. Within the next minute, that sun's going to break the horizon. Right, so I've done that. Let's go back to single shots and just concentrate on the water in the foreground. I've got the white spot or the bright spot, which is the lightest part of the image where the sun's coming up, right on the top left-hand thirds. So yeah, I think I've managed to salvage something. I'm even going to take one back the other direction because that sky's looking really bad. No massive colours, which is a shame. I was hoping to get a bit more dramatic sky, but yeah, I think I've salvaged the day. Let me know in the comments how you think I did. Did I manage? Did I not? I'm sure I count this as a win, if nothing else. I'm up, aren't I? And it's morning and I'm watching the sun come up. What more can you ask for after such a drastic start to yesterday's video? Well, the beginning of the video, should I say. Right, I'm going to snap a couple more, try and find the best one of them all, put it together, put it up on the screen for you, and I'll say goodbye once the sun's up. So I'm trying to salvage another shot really. I've gone for a long exposure. I've actually climbed up onto the breakwater and I'm shooting straight down the breakwater just for something to do. I'm up. The sun's not appeared to be anything better than what you've just seen in the image, and this is my final play time. I'm going to take one here. Well, I've taken a couple here already. I'm going to try and get the filter off because the water is splashing around, so I'm just going to put a quicker shutter speed on. I'm going to bring my shutter speed right down now to, let's say, f7.1. Oh, I've just missed that one. And as the waves come in, they're crashing against the waves in front of me, so I'm trying to get a best of two options: long exposure and a splashy exposure. I used me 6-stop, which gave me anything between 15 and 30 seconds depending on whether I used f11 or f14, and I got some nice long exposure of the water, all nice and smoothed out with the breakwater leading out. And this is a massive breakwater, it sticks out both sides, which is really quite good. So all I want is one more wave just to give me a nice splashy. Then I've got the sharp exposure and the that one there, sharp exposure and the long exposure. And I'm going to move back down that way now because the tide is coming in, so it's making that breakwater down there. Here comes a bigger one. This is going to cause a splash. Here we go. Bang. And then just wait for that. So yeah, I'll see you down at the next groin. This is getting longer and longer, this video. So I'm making my way back along the beach now. I've got some absolutely fantastic photographs. Well, I think you've already seen them, to be honest, because I'm saying goodbye now, aren't I? So yeah, I've already had them up on the screen. I'm really, really pleased I got up this morning. I'm really pleased to come back to this beach. I think these groins look really, really good. They're all slightly different. They're wide and boisterous. You know, I think they're really, really smart groins. I've had a great sky. I've had a little bit of colour, which is nice. I saw a little bit of tiny colour. And I've got some nice mood. And I'm not kidding you, just look at this behind you. This looks like I'm in for some serious weather later on. Right out there in the distance, they are some big, big rain clouds, and they're coming this way and they're filling the horizon. So I am making my way back to the van because I really don't want to be caught up in one of them. I really don't. My phone's going off in my pocket. Looks like it's time to get up and go to work, but I'm not, I'm on holiday. So that's it. I think I'm going to say goodbye. Thank you for watching. I'm not sure whether this was a part 1 and a part 2. It possibly was, because it turned out quite long. But yeah, you saw the disaster in the beginning of the video, or last part 1. Disaster of all that planning, and there was nothing there, and I had to change plans. But I think it all come good in the end. I've enjoyed myself. I'm still enjoying myself. And I'm going to go back now, make a cup of coffee. And yeah, I think I've got some really nice long exposures. So till next time, please like and subscribe. If you're new to my channel, it really means a lot to me, and I do appreciate if you give me the thumbs up and leave me a comment. I love reading the comments, and I learn a lot from my comments, to be honest. So yeah, if you're a regular, thanks for sticking around. And don't forget, see what happens next time. I'm still on holiday and I've got another 2 or 3 locations to do. Don't miss them out. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and you won't miss the next one. Right, I'm off. See you next time. I'm waffling and waffling. Ciao for now. See you soon.